good matchup against that Shadow. But as these two players get ready here for game number 3, we'll see how Jadine is able to stand up against the other big deck in this format, Encounters Company, being piloted by Hunter Nance.
Yeah, and I would think that the Abzan Traverse deck here lines up very similar to the Death Shadow decks that we see, where they have the early disruption and some discard spells, a whole mess of creature removal, and some big creatures to back it up for pressure.
We're underway. Game number 3, Hunter Nance going to start off with a Watery Grave. And now Jadine will sacrifice a Marsh Flats.
And he's 3-0 right now. The deck is unbelievably sweet. It just crushed my Curse of Shadow.
An Overgrown Tomb off of a fetch land. It's going to bring Jadine down to 17. And perhaps a discard spell's on the way? It is in Thoughtseize, so Jadine's going to fall down to 15 already. The hand here for Nance, you got Norzov Pontiff, a Path to Exile. Looks like 2 copies of Eternal Witness, a Horizon Canopy, and perhaps a big game Hunter yet again here for Hunter.
It's a big game, that Hunter.
It is very large.
1-1.
That is a human rebel assassin. Make sure you remember that next time. Okay?
It's locked away.
There you go.
Put it in the vault.
There you go. Human rebel assassin. A lot of work to do.
It's always so awkward when you turn 1 discard spell and you're just looking at multiple Eternal Witness out of your opponent.
It feels like you're not even accomplishing anything.
Yeah.
You know?
You're just like, oh, come on. Now, if Jadine has turn 2, fatty, turn 3 fatty, there might not be the time for all that card advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Eternal Witness isn't the fastest card at 3 mana each. But if this game's going to go long, they'll take over the game.
It's interesting that after all these years, Eternal Witness, a card from 5th Dawn, was back in 05? 04.
Look at you.
And it's still good.
Yeah.
It's still really good.
5th Dawn.
Yeah.
Artifact format.
Yeah.
And just a random 2-1 that returns things from the graveyard.
It's still awesome.
Oh, that's a good draw.
Yeah, Tireless Tracker, not a bad draw at all. So we're going to head over to Jadine.
But what Hunter really needs, another mana source.
Mm-hmm. Jadine with the Marsh Flats, just going to pass the turn back. And Hunter draw land 3. It looks like the answer is no. I believe the draw was a Vizier. Oh, no, it's a Gebney Township. Never mind. It is land 3. He's good to go. There's Eternal Witness. Get a land back. Mana issues are now solved.
Yep.
That was easy breezy. Jadine going to start by sacrificing Marsh Flats.
Yeah, and Hunter could have gotten the Eternal Witness back, and then potentially next turn play that Witness, get the land back, and then play the land. But I think he's kind of, I would say, quote, cutting out the middleman. Just forgoing an extra 2-1 body to just start playing 4 mana spells next turn. And he avoids the risk of getting the Eternal Witness discarded.
Very true. Some sort of Inquisition or something.
Yeah, because that 4th land is pretty important to him. It's a fetch land. He's got the tracker.
Could draw company.
Could draw company.
Mm-hmm. Blooming Marsh is land number 3 for Jadine. And just going to pass the turn back. Not a lot going on here for Klomparens. So we head back over to Nance. Nance going to come across for 2. Klomparens falling down to 12, it appears. Nance with the tracker that you mentioned. That'll enter the battlefield. And now a fetch land will, and a clue is on the way.
How good is Tireless Tracker?
I didn't ever expect it to be a cross-format all-star. I expected it to be very good in Standard. It even sees play in Legacy.
It sees play in Legacy?
Yeah. Surprising how good it is.
Yeah, I think the most deceptive thing about it...
Ooh, Flaying Tendrils. Not bad.
Not bad.
This is a card that players have gone to try to beat this company deck.
Yep.
Exiling is, of course, a big deal.
Well, and also has value against the dredge deck.
For sure. For sure. Kills Bloodghast for good, Narcomoeba, Stinkweed Imp, Thug. Won't kill Prize Amalgam,
Nope.
but it'll take care of just about everything else. Dredge, I'm sure we'll see a little later today. A deck that Jim Davis really likes to play, Ross Merriam as well. Good deck.
Yeah, I was saying the deceptive part about the Tireless Tracker is that it looks like it has a 3/2 body. When to me, it's closer to a 5/4 for 3 mana.
Yeah. A 5/4 draw 2.
Yeah, I mean, it closes out games fast when you need it to. It draws a lot of cards when you need it to. It just really just a spectacular threat.
Yeah. Awesome card. Cross-format all-star. It took a little while for people, I think, to realize that it was really good, too. When it first got previewed, there wasn't a lot of talk about it. It's not the flashiest of cards. Other cards that are being previewed, like cool Planeswalkers and everything. But people learned pretty quickly just how good it is.
Cool Planeswalkers, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, we'll talk about some of those a little later.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Samut the Powerful. Is that the name of the new one?
Samut the Overpowered.
The Unbeatable. Yeah. Here's an Eternal Witness.
Attention Magic players, Kevin Long.
I don't think Samut the Very Beatable would be a good name. So
It's a little disrespectful.
yeah.
Please report to customer service.
Jadine will sacrifice a fetch line here.
Samut the Unplayable. Poor guy.
Got some work to do. Could be better than we think. We'll be talking about our devastation cards here over the course of the broadcast too. Don't you worry. All right, Jadine, we need to see some action here. Flame Tendrils has been nice, but behind on the card advantage battle right now because Hunter has 2 clues and Eternal Witness is going to work.
Yeah, this has been a mess of Eternal Witnesses.
Bobble will target Jadine's top card. She'll get a look. Of course, she has to leave it on top. And after playing a Marsh Flats, Klomparens, not sure.
Yeah, she's kind of an awkward spot this game. She's got to put her foot on the gas, but it doesn't appear like she has a lot of threats.
No, she hasn't done anything. It's very weird. See Verdant Catacombs here. Because she thought about just playing something right now and then stopped herself, which leads me to believe that it may have been a Tarmogoyf.
Yeah.
And she knows about the big game Hunter.
Yeah.
So can't play that. So this is very reminiscent of what we saw in Hunter's last match.
Yeah.
Where his opponent, playing Grixis Death Shadow, had to get rid of the big game Hunter and then could play a big creature.
And just that amount of time was too much.
Too much, yeah. Hunter will sacrifice a clue. Jadine will draw from the Bobble. And now Hunter will untap. And we're going to keep this party rocking and rolling as Path to Exile to draw. So if you need to work through big game Hunter, you also have to work through 2 paths and an Abrupt Decay in Hunter's hand.
Yeah, he's got a bit of everything here.
Hunter will now sacrifice another clue, draw a card. Collected Company is a good Magic card.
Tons of card advantage. Two clues, 2 Eternal Witnesses. He just drew that Collected Company. Already in the driver's seat for the game.
Yeah, I like Hunter's positioning a lot right now. If I'm Jadine, the card I basically have to draw right now is Lingering Souls. But I also know that Hunter has Orzhov Pontiff.
Yep.
So it's not like Lingering Souls is even that good.
Yeah, I mean, the card that she needed to get on the board early was Liliana.
Yeah.
And just start working towards an ultimate with that. At least it would force more action out of her opponent, pressure him in a way that he doesn't interact with real well.
Temple Garden was the land that was searched up. Jadine Klomparens will draw a card. That eyebrow raise does not
You got to read?
I got it from the booth. Got to pick up on the body language. Not thrilled. Here's a Tarmogoyf that's going to die, and a Lingering Souls that will probably also die. The truth of the matter is, though, you got to work through this somehow.
Yes.
You know?
Well, and I mean, Hunter's going to start with Collected Company here.
That's a good place to start. There's the basic planes. And there's Collected Company. Probably the perfect draw last turn. Got to keep up all the removal. Now gets to add 2 creatures, ideally, onto the battlefield. As he takes a look at the top 6, Kitchen Finks is in there, Scavenging Ooze is in there, so pick of the litter.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all that removal. This all works.
Yeah, this is interesting matchup here because it seems like, Jadine's kind of trying to do the same thing as Hunter because they're playing the same colors.
Yeah.
But it just seems like Hunter has her just beat on every street.
Well, I've said this with this deck when we've seen it. I've also said it with the Death Shadow decks. They need to get some pressure on the board early. The Counters Company's decks generate so much card advantage, and they've got really powerful late games.
Yeah, the later we go, the worse it is, I think, for basically every Counters Company opponent.
Yeah.
They might just be the best late game deck in the format now. And it's not even based around the combo. We're watching game number 2 here, or game 3, excuse me. Hunter may have just sided out all the Viziers and the Devoted Druids,
sure,
stuff like that, and just said, I'm a value Obzon deck now.
Yeah.
Which is a plenty good place to be. As Big Game Hunter takes care of Tarmogoyf. Here come these creatures. Now, with the way Hunter's mana situation is, unable to play Big Game Hunter and Orzhov Pontiff in the same turn.
Sure, but he doesn't even
black
care.
Mana. Yeah, but I still think he's doing totally fine. Plenty of mana available to activate Scavenging Ooze, can eat Tarmogoyf, can eat Lingering Souls. And the only real punch that Klomparens threw in this game is there's a Surgical Extraction. We'll see what she's targeting with this in just a moment. But the only real punch that she's thrown in this game was that Flaying Tendrils. And now if I'm Hunter, I think I might have the ability to close this. I might have the ability to close this game out. Klomparens just went down to 6. He could go, I think, path 2 tokens and pump Scavenging Ooze.
Yep.
I think he sees that. Yeah, here's the hand. Yeah, and Jadine says, I can't beat this at all. So Hunter Nance is going to win this match over Jadine Klomparens, 2-1. Counters Company decimates Obzon Traverse, at least in that third game. And for Hunter Nance, number 18 on our SCG Tour leaderboard, he's 3-0.
Yeah, and he got to do the old, I still got all these.
Yeah.